let's get a couple things straight. First of all, it's 12:30 on a Friday night. I've got to get up early tomorrow morning to go to work. And even if that wasn't the case, I just really feel like shit right now. If you're wondering why it doesn't seem like I feel like shit, because I'm not acting like someone who feels like shit, that's mostly because, one, every time I turn on the camera, for some reason, it seems to take like 10 years off of my life. I don't understand it, but it's a thing that happens. And so, yeah, if I'm being completely and totally honest, I just feel like shit right now. And I've been feeling like shit for quite a while. And then on top of already feeling like shit, things keep going wrong. And if you wonder why the camera's angled up, first of all, my tripod is shit. Secondly, I'm not wearing pants, so it's probably good to have it pointed up anyways. Let's hope to God this doesn't fall over. So, what I'm doing right now is cooking. I'm not actually cooking. What I'm really doing is... Where the fuck did you go? Give me a second. What did I do with that? Here it is. So what I'm doing isn't actually cooking. What I'm really doing is just taking some leftovers and throwing them together in a pot, heating them up, then putting them in containers, putting them back in my freezer. Why? Because I've got some leftovers that taste amazing, but it's not really a meal. And then I've got some other leftovers that, you know, it's a meal. It's not that great though. So I'm mixing them. And so, in the meantime, you might be wondering, but Nathan, why do you feel like shit? Well, first of all, let me say, my comic has been delayed. When is it coming out? Who the fuck knows? Like, hopefully someday. Very little chance it comes out before Christmas. But hopefully by New Year's at the least, it'll be out. And, you know, it just sucks, because I honestly think that could probably make money a little easier than the autobiography, but I'm not going to push it out. And if nothing else but for tax purposes, I kind of like to make at least some money this year. And thing that bothers me I was gonna wait until I stopped filming, but I'm hungry, so I didn't wait. But anyways, yeah, hopefully it will come out, but another delay has got me feeling kind of anxious. And if you're wondering what I'm listening to, Airplanes, B.O.B. featuring Eminem. Why? Well, that's the only thing that can give me motivation right now. Because once again, I feel like shit. I'm just wondering, is there any realistic chance that I'll ever achieve my goals? Because right now the answer feels like a hard, solid hell no. But one question worth asking: if I really think there's no chance of my dreams coming true, why do I still bother chasing them? Well, here's the thing. No matter what you do in life, there's always a chance you're going to end up miserable. However, this is one thing that I know if I don't at least try, I'll always be disappointed in myself. Because if you try, there's a chance you can fail, but if you never try, there's no chance of succeeding. And in that case, well, what's the reason to even wake up in the morning, honestly? Because what I got right now, it sucks. And I want to at least try to get something better, even though I'm taking a very long road. And but yeah, if you haven't heard it yet, Airplanes, especially Eminem's verse. I've always very strongly identified with Eminem because, I mean, more than any other celebrity I can name, you know, we've had so much in common, including our childhood. No father, mother that was crazy as shit. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and finish chewing. This thing has mustard seed in it, and I'm not a huge mustard fan, so I'm trying to hide the mustard flavor. So why do I feel like shit? Well, first of all, wait, have I said... Well, let's get to the real thing that I've been thinking about. A question I've been asking myself, which I've asked before, but the answer has changed recently. Like, what one thing would you change about your life if you could? And mine would be who I was born to. Because if I had been born to any other human on this planet, what kind of person would I be? How much better might my life be? I mean, one thing I've been thinking about with I'm not in counseling anymore because it's expensive as hell, and it's just hard to keep up with those payments long term, but one thing that I'm still doing that she taught me was being mindful of my emotions and the memories attached to them. And you know, one thing I was thinking about in my past, I've said is that if I could, one thing I would definitely do is go back in time and, you know, call CPS, get myself out of there. And one thing I was wondering recently is why did I not do that before? And it's like, I guess I told myself that I knew it was wrong, that I didn't know it was wrong, I was too young to know better. But when I remembered that I did know it was wrong, and I did ask for help, because my grandmother was beating the shit out of me on a daily basis, sometimes to the point that it drew blood. And I asked for help. Like, I went to my mom, I went to my uncle, and they both said the same thing. That's just how she is. That's how she was raised. That's how she raised us. You know, and she treats my sister the same way. She's not crying about it. And that's how I grew to believe that what she was doing to me was right. And I think on the one hand, I don't know if it's like inherently believing that it was correct or anything, just I mean, I guess I ended up starting to blame myself. Because like they said, that's how she was raised. That's how they were raised. That's how my sister's being raised, and she's not complaining about it. And so, I learned to think that it was just me. Because like I said, I was told that what she was doing was normal, which meant that since I'm the only one actually complaining about it, that means there's something wrong with me. And you know, not to mention that the black community seems to just heavily, it makes light of abuse. Cause like every comedian I've ever watched has stories about, oh yeah, my mama beat me so bad I had some broken ribs and got sent to the hospital. No, it's normalized. Abuse is very much normalized in the black community. And I think to some degree there's a whole aspect of, hey, we used to get whipped we spent 250 years getting our butts whipped by the slave master owners, but so, you know, a few spankings from your mama shouldn't hurt. But these aren't spankings. I'm talking about there were times when my grandmother would straight up punch me in the fucking face. And that's not okay. That's never okay. But I was told that everything she did was fine. Even when they knew she went too far, they still looked me in the eyes and told me, that's just who she is. That's just how it is. You have to learn to deal with it. You have to learn to deal with her. And so, I stopped asking for help after that. Because I tried to ask for help, and they blamed me. And how crazy is that? You know, just think about if a rape victim went to the police and they basically said, hey, that's just how it is. Guys rape people sometimes. I mean, not to mention the psychological effect it's had on me long term and my ability to interact normally with the human race. Because can we be completely honest here? I hate you. You, behind the camera. I don't know who you are, but I hate you. Why? Because I don't know you and I have no reason to trust you. And you might be thinking you have no reason not to trust me. I'm like, hey, I just gave you 2 reasons. I don't know you and I have no reason to trust you. And a lot of that comes down to, once again, how I was raised. Because the people who were supposed to care for me the most, the people who were supposed to give me, like, unconditional love, you know what they did? You know, my grandmother said, I love you all the time. And then she beat me all the time. No, my mom used to say, I love you. And then she tried to kill me. She wrapped her fucking hands around my throat and tried to strangle me. So, you can understand why I have a hard time believing anybody who says they care about me. Which in turn leads to the very... I can't even say that it's not true. It feels true to me, but it's not true. I know, like, logically speaking, there are people on this world who care about me, but in my own head, it's kind of like, well, they say they care, but do they really? Because everyone who's ever said I love you to me has made me bleed. I'm just wondering what kind of human being I would be if my life had been any different. If I had had a different person give birth to me if I had different people raising me. I mean, there's no guarantee I would have been happy, but maybe then I could look in the mirror without wanting to vomit. I think it's ready. It's starting to smell burnt. That's a sign to turn up the heat. Oh. The burning was something fell over onto the burner. Okay. I'm like, it didn't look burnt. I'm sitting here staring at it. There's nothing sticking to the pot. But yeah. On the one hand, I know that life is not a movie. And that, realistically speaking, if I see, because I was walking to work today, and there was this girl sitting in a cafe. She was at a table by the window, typing on a computer. And I thought, she's hot. And I thought, like, what if I just walked in there now and said hi? Who knows, right? I mean, realistically speaking, I feel like 99.98% of scenarios, she just like, ew. She's either grossed out or afraid. And so it's not even worth trying. But who knows? Maybe in another universe where I had different parents raising me, maybe I'm the kind of guy who has the balls to do it anyways. And maybe in that universe I actually brush my teeth, and so people aren't as grossed out by me. I mean, let's be honest here. When I start to think about it, the majority of the time when I actually want to interact with other human beings, it's because I'm horny. I mean, I'm lonely too, but like, I'm lonely the majority of my life. When I actually make an effort, it's because I'm horny. Like, the loneliness and horniness combine together to make me actually think, yeah, it might be worth trying. You know, in 2020, I'm going to turn 30 years old. And I still haven't been on a single date in my life. And now I'm thinking it's just not worth it. It's not worth trying. I don't even know if I want love, and even if I did somehow find it, I don't think I would be able to accept that I found it. Because, as I'm pretty sure I said earlier in this video, there have been a lot of people that say they care about me, that say I'm their friend, and all I can think about is, well, they may think they care about me, but do they really? I don't like saying that I'm suicidal, but I wonder, like, what is the definition of suicidal, really? Because if I'm being honest, do I want to kill myself? No, but if I did die, I wouldn't be upset. I don't want to die, it's just, I don't want to live. I'm tired. Life is just so fucking exhausting, and I just feel like I don't have any fight left, you know? Like, my heart feels like my body does right now, which is just, hey, I put in a long day, I expended a lot of effort, you know, just a lot of energy went into doing this, and I just need a break. It's too much. Like, I don't want to go back. I can't handle it right now. But if you're watching this video, then odds are I probably didn't kill myself. So, yeah, I'm gonna pack up some of this food, just go to bed right quick, hopefully wake up in a better mood tomorrow. I'm tired, man. Life is exhausting and I'm just so tired of it.